What is going on, YouTube? This is Vice speaking, and welcome to the new series that I was talking about, man. Octopath Traveler. We are finally here. Now, as some of you may know, I really did want my channel to be a Dragon Quest channel. But I always knew at some point I was going to branch out because obviously there are not an infinite amount of Dragon Quest games, although there are a lot. Eventually, we're going to run out. But however, I still wanted to limit myself to RPGs. And so as I was thinking about what series I wanted to add alongside Dragon Quest Builders 2, man, I was thinking, actually, fun fact, I was thinking about a lot of Final Fantasy games because I recently got into Final Fantasy. I had never played it before a little while ago, but man, I started playing those games, and Final Fantasy, that's a good series, man. So I was really considering. Final Fantasy 12 is one that I really like. 10's not bad. I haven't played 13 or 13.2 yet. I really want to. But man, when I really thought about it, I was like, Octopath Traveler. Like, this is a game that blew me away, okay? Initially, I was like, bro, these visuals, I don't really like the pixelated type thing. I like my games to look dang good. If you can't tell by that water right there, this game looks dang good, okay? I don't know, I was putting it in this box that Octopath Traveler is absolutely not in. This game is gonna take you by surprise if you don't already know what the heck it is, okay? So I'm really excited to show you guys a new sort of product, man. A game that swept me off of my feet. I was not expecting it to be what it ended up being, but I am so glad that it is what it is because this game is a banger and a half, man. So I hope you guys are excited, man. I'm about to get into this thing. Enough talk. Another thing. If you are not familiar with my channel, I love music. I went to college for a little bit to study music. I'm just so obsessed with music. So, every time a new track plays in this game, you guys will see a little pop-up. You've probably already seen it for this title screen theme. I'm going to talk a lot about the music in this game because if you can't tell by this title screen theme, composer is an absolute madman. So, I'm going to be going in depth about a lot of that stuff. I'm going to be linking a couple of videos that go in depth about a couple of songs in this game, but we'll get to that. We're not really there yet, and we'll get there. It's as simple as that. Okay. Last but not least, this is Cyrus, and he is a scholar. You teach at the Royal Academy in Atlasdam. This music's probably so dang loud, I'm scared. Okay, and though you have numerous admirers, your only true passion is the pursuit of knowledge. There is so much I would learn. One day, you realize that an invaluable tome has vanished from the Royal Library, piquing your insatiable curiosity. Now, Cyrus is one of my absolute favorite characters, man. I love his story. I love him in battle, which we will get into. And, I guess if you could not have guessed by the order in which I chose to introduce the characters and, the ones I showed to have I guess, what would you call that, an affection for? I don't know. Man, I'm starting my journey with Cyrus, okay? That's it. All right, I haven't seen many people start with Cyrus, oddly enough. So hopefully I can give you guys a new perspective. But anyways, man, that's enough. We've read so much dang text. Let's just get into it, man. Begin your adventure as Cyrus. Let's go. By the way, the voice acting in this game, amazing. I'll just warn you guys now, it is dang good.
And so it was that Atlasdam was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera. But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago.
I'm gonna turn my TV down a little bit. I just hope it's not being picked up by the mic.
Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn. The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes, Professor. Let's see. I believe it was Hornburg.
That is correct. Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlasdam was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe. Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Interesting dynamic that's going on so far.
Hello?
Ah, Professor Albright. Mercedes from the Royal Library came by with a message for you. Seems today's your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the special archives.
Splendid.
Splendid! Finally, I can begin my research. Forgive me, my accents are not that great. The library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. Oh, didn't mean to almost skip there. So, use the radar in the bottom right to check the area and find your heading. And you can see what all those icons indicate. I'm gonna close that for now. And I just want to look around for a little bit. We got guards, man. This very grandiose castle. Nothing in here. We got a weird looking person.
Professor Albright.
Oh, thank heavens you're still here. I thought I'd missed you.
Your Highness.
What can I do for you, Your Highness?
The truth of the matter is,
If you can spare the time, I had a question about something we learned today.
But of course.
Your Highness, it would be my pleasure to answer anything. After all, my role as your tutor is as important to me as any of my research. Unfortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
indeed,
Yes, Professor. It will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. Pray tell, what did they worship? A very astute question, Your Highness. However, I fear that nearly all the texts detailing the nature of the religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell. I see. A shame that.
The truth is.
I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe that the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that
Oh.
so clearly something's going on here. Let us continue this discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor.
With pleasure.
No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. That such questions occur to you is a sign of sharp and curious mind.
I thank you.
Your lectures on the history of the realm are most fascinating to me. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future?
Indeed.
A most admirable philosophy, Your Highness. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness, as I am truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. You are far too kind, Professor Albright. I am proud to be your student.
Ah,
Oh dear, I'm running late.
good day.
Pray, do not forget your assignment, Your Highness.
Farewell.
Of course, Professor. Really beautiful song right here, man. I'm gonna be talking so much about the music.
Ah, Cyrus.
Oh, hello there, Therese.
Yes.
Did you have a question for me as well?
No.
I mean, no. Good day, Professor. See, that's that anime type stuff. You know you had a question, man. Just ask it. Oh, boy. So I'm gonna head back in here real quick, just because I saw some chests, and you're definitely gonna want to explore in this game, man. They are very, I guess you should say that they reward thoroughness in exploration. I can't talk. Every time I hit the record button, it's called the, what did Chaka Conroy call it? The Let's Play curse, man. The second you hit that record button, things just go out the window. What the heck are you doing? What do you want? I don't have anything here for you. Honestly, I don't. So one of my greatest aspirations, if you guys don't know, is at some point in my life, I really do want to be a voice actor. But as you can tell, man, I don't know the first thing about voice acting. And whenever I have to read text for video games, I'm sort of just shooting my shot and doing my best, although I'm sure it's nothing special. So at some point, I really do want to take actual lessons. But they say to be a voice actor, you've got to be an actor, and I really don't want to be an actor. But how can you be a voice actor if you don't want to be an actor? So this deserves its own video. Why am I talking about that now? Just south of here lies the castle town. It's a lively place. We were meant to go to the library, though. Russell just isn't cut out for that sort of work. Whatever was he... move along now.
It's me, Cyrus.
Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright here to browse the special archives. Oh, Professor Albright. You're looking quite eager today. When I heard that an original copy of the Church of the Flame, a complete I don't know that word, had been donated to our archives, I simply had to be the first to see it.
I see.
You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here.
With pleasure.
Is something amiss?
Actually,
For someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy, when you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. My goodness, what a laugh. When you put it that way, yes. Much as a child is fascinated by a new toy, I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see.
Right. The expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
I most certainly will. All this talk of professors like reminding me of Fire Emblem Three Houses. My goodness. I've never been called professor so many times in my life in that game. How odd. The tome is nowhere to be found. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either.
An interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone?
Professor Albright.
The headmaster wouldn't like you. Oh gosh, the headmaster would see you at once. We're gonna have a lot of those in this playthrough. If I did encounter that, my goodness. Of all the times to... Oh well. Might I ask of you a favor? What might that be?
The truth is...
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
I see.
Missing? Huh. I'll begin looking at once, Professor.
Many thanks. Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter.
Do you guys hear those cars outside?
My
I'm literally gonna
apologies
lose
for
it.
summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone.
But that goes against everything...
Enough, Cyrus!
So we can see a bit of a clear contradiction here. The headmaster values the sort of... he values having the knowledge. Cyrus values sharing the knowledge. So inherently there are two different philosophies going on here. I don't see how this is going to work out.
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone. Something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait, there was one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the special archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
That's a bit sus, if you're asking me. Oh, see?
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It looks like he's getting a kick out of that.
Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Very interesting.
Enter.
Excuse me.
What's the matter?
What is it, Therese? It's about Professor Albright, sir. Professor Albright, huh? I thought you had my back, Therese. It's real nice to see that you're around, snaking around. I mean, goodness gracious, Therese, what are you doing? So our next destination is the library. I guess I don't want to dawdle too much. Let's get it. Let's push this story along.
Can I help you?
Ah, Professor Albright. Get a drink of water real quick.
A moment of your time.
Did you have any luck finding the tome?
My apologies.
I'm afraid not.
Say it is not so.
Well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it had been stolen.
Actually,
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you may know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head. Dang.
A hole.
An impregnable vault. A disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. And the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Or so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? If it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. But I can see you won't let it go until you've cracked the case, as it were.
Indeed.
You could say that indeed. A habit I just can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. It must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
I'll not deny it. Worry not. The tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Take care.
Right. Thanks. Best of luck in your search.
Time to do some research.
And the game is afoot. Now, where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who has been frequenting the library lately, as might my fellow scholars. Then mayhap I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. Path actions. Utilize each character's unique action to overcome any obstacle. You press Y in front of a townsperson, and the action is specific for each character. For Cyrus, his skill is known as Scrutinize, and it is one of my favorites. So you go up to somebody, press Y, hit Scrutinize, and you can gain some sort of information. Now, if it's in green, I guess, in fact, I think you'll rarely see them appearing in green, but you will want to scrutinize as many people as you possibly can, because you can, well, I'll show you, I'll show you. Testimony. Of course I've got a key to the archives, and no, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes is all. Okay, yeah. But even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway? Worthless, huh? So the other two people, we gotta go back in the library. Let's first talk to Mercedes. Oh, you can also see their age, by the way. I forgot to say that. Testimony. Only Headmaster Yvonne and the guard stations outside should have a key to the library archives. So the key could only be in possession of those two. The headmaster and the guard outside who we just spoke to. Now, I don't know who this is. Oh, his name is Russell and he's 30. The key to the archives. Oh, I haven't got that. But I'm surprised someone stole a tome, considering what they're worth. I have gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation. Gambling debts. He's got gambling debts. And he knows the value of the tomes. Okay, very interesting. Next, they want us to head back here. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, if you hold B, you can run. I've been doing that for the duration of this gameplay, for this part. And seems I'm not gonna explore for now. I want to go up and get this last story point before wrapping up the video. I might do 30-minute videos. I might do 20 minutes. I don't know yet, but this video is definitely going to be around 30 minutes. So, bit of a long one. I'm sorry if that's not what you were looking for, but speak to the headmaster. You know full well I have a key to the special archives, and that I would never be so foolish as to let it fall into the wrong hands. In any event, I have had no reason to peruse those tomes in quite some time. He has a key, this is true, but the dust gathered upon it suggests he has not used it. Couldn't see what that last word said. That should be all the information I need to solve the case. Who possesses keys to the archives? Definitely not Russell librarians, the headmaster and the guard.
But of course.
It all makes sense now. There are only 2 keys to the archives, one belonging to the headmaster and one to the guardsman. Whose key was used to unlock the archives? The headmaster, they noted that his was collecting dust, like he hasn't used it in a long time. So we have to assume that it was the guards. The headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty.
Oh.
It would be all too easy a task to lift the key off his person. Oh, I was thinking maybe he let them in, but oh, he was sleeping. That makes sense. So it's possible the guard is our man. Oh, that makes sense. Goodness gracious, I didn't even think of that. No, he would have no motive. That's right. And he didn't seem interested. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome. Which is to say, one of my colleagues. And I've got a person in mind, and most likely, one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt.
Which means that...
The culprit is Russell.
Yes.
Indubitably. That shifty scholar Russell. Yes, I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Shall we begin?
Now all that remains is to find our man and make him confess to the crime. Word has it that he's been doing research underground these days. Well,
Now then.
I think it's time I did some field work of my own. And guys, we are going to have to get to that in the next one, alright? Recording is at 33 minutes, so hopefully this is not over 30 minutes. I really hope not, but it probably is, you know, knowing me. But anyways, man, saving your progress, not too difficult. It's the same old saving that's in all games. Anyways, though, man, if you guys enjoyed this first part, man, you can always give it a like. If you did not, you can dislike and tell me what I can do to improve these episodes in the comments. With all of that said, I have been Vice, and this has been Octopath Traveler, man. I'm going to let that outro do its thing, and I will catch you guys in the next one, all right? I'm out of here.